So I've been waking up around 5 or 5:30 these days. A new ritual that I started while waking up is listening to a song that is my absolute favorite as my alarm. I feel like when I start my day with songs I'm obsessed with and I really love and that makes me happy, my day starts the right way and it just goes in a very peaceful and exciting manner. And then I get off the bed and I go grab my yoga mat because I've been taking online yoga classes for almost 2 months now. Sometimes I don't like attending them because they're early morning, but other times I really know that early mornings are the only time I can attend them because the rest of the day I'm usually busy with either college or my business. So my early morning yoga classes really work for me. So I have yoga classes until 7 a.m. in the morning. And once I'm done with my yoga class, I head over to the kitchen to grab a mug of hot water. So I usually like drinking hot water with apple cider vinegar or lemon. Today I decided to take hot water with chia seeds, another favorite morning drink of mine. Drinking hot water every morning is a very healthy habit to inculcate into a routine, and it's also a very easy habit to inculcate. It doesn't take much of an effort as long as you remember to do it. I started focusing and paying attention to my health a little more in the last few months. And then I come back to my room with my mug of hot water and I just open the curtains and take the light in. I sit down close to my desk and I just drink the hot water without thinking about anything else. I don't touch my phone when I'm drinking hot water. It's just me, my water, and whatever's going on in my head. And once I'm done with that, I check my phone to reply to any important messages that I have. I usually have messages from my team and the college in the mornings. And once I'm done replying to those important messages, I go over to Instagram and reply to the DMs, the comments on both my YouTube and Instagram as well. So this is something I try to do early in the morning so it doesn't distract me throughout the day. And then I quickly sit down to get a little bit of a work done. I answer a few emails, I create Canva graphics if any are required, and just finish those small tasks that don't take a lot of time. Hello and welcome to a day in my life. I know for a fact that you guys absolutely love my week in my life and day in my life vlogs, and so I decided that I would do another day in my life vlog today. So today is actually a holiday for me. My college gave a holiday for which I'm super grateful because it's Mahalaya Amavasya and I have just so much work to do because of all the launches that are coming up in the next few weeks, and I kind of really wanted a complete day for myself to sit and work on all of this because I feel like that's when I could really be in that zone rather than think about a number of other things as well. So today is going to be the day when I'm going to sit and work on my business completely. There are just a number of stuff that are happening behind the scenes and I wanted you guys to see what goes on behind the scenes to put out the content that you see out there. So the first thing that I'm working on right now is the YouTube Roadmap Academy. So the YouTube Roadmap Academy is my YouTube mentorship program which I've kind of up-leveled a little more, have added a branding to it and made it a little more formal rather than my previous thing where it was done like by an absolute beginner. So as a part of the YouTube Roadmap Academy, I decided that I would do a free webinar for everyone in my community on how to start and grow their YouTube channels. So this is a free webinar that I'm organizing and giving exclusive access to my community first and then to people outside my community. So in case you want to sign up for this free webinar, make sure to check out the link in the description box below. By the time you're watching this video, the registrations for the webinar are open, but I only have limited seats. So if you want to join this webinar, make sure to sign up as soon as possible. So at this point of time, I honestly don't know what needs to get done because there's just so much for me to get done. There's like websites, there are like almost 3 web pages I need to create. There's next month. Oh, there's just so much for me to do and I honestly have no clue what to do first. So here's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to go ahead and write a to-do list for myself. Then I'm going to go ahead and prioritize on the to-do list and figure out what to do first and what to do next. And then finally, once I'm done with that, I'll just start with the work and hopefully by the end of the day, I would have done a lot of work and I would have finished so much work that I can relax a bit for the next few days. So that's about it and let's get started. I decided to first clean up my room because I feel like once the room is clean, things get a lot easier to be productive and also it's just so organized, it makes you want to work and it doesn't really stress you out. And then I was just picking out the clothes that I needed for my brand photo shoot to press them and put them aside, and I made my bed as well, and in short, I pretty much cleaned my whole room to make it a lot more organized. And then I got started with the brand photo shoot. Now, fun fact, I am not a photo person at all. I rarely have pictures of myself even in my own galleries, and that's why clicking pictures for me is really hard, because I have never been on the camera so much before. This is the first time I'm doing it, and it takes me so much time to get the right click because I'm just so conscious of myself. So my camera's battery died and I haven't purchased a spare battery yet. So right now, while my camera battery charges, that might take about 1 hour, I decided I'd edit a few pictures I've already clicked, and I'll also work on the website because I do have some content in place, and those don't require these pictures to go up. So I decided I'll do that, and I will also edit these pictures while my camera battery charges. But honestly, having a spare battery, if you have a camera and if you film with it, is a lifesaver, because now that I don't have one, I realize how much it is kind of annoying, because every 1 hour or so the battery dies and I have to wait for another hour for it to charge. So yeah, I think I'll be investing in a spare battery for my camera pretty soon. But yeah, meanwhile, let me get some work done. I then started editing a couple of pictures that I had just clicked. So editing pictures is super important because I don't have a lighting setup and the light in my room is good, but it's not that great to make the picture look bright overall. It's a little more dull and all of that. So I use the app called Adobe Photoshop Express to edit all my pictures. And then I sat down to work for a bit on my website. So website designing is the least of my favorite works because it takes a lot of time. It's not the tech part that's difficult, but it's the what to put and what not to put part that makes it difficult for me. But nevertheless, I'm getting a hang of it and we're getting there. I'm kind of bored of working on my website, so I'm gonna go ahead and work on some ad copies. So this time around, we're starting marketing for the YouTube Roadmap Academy. This is something I've never done before. This is completely new for me, and I have an amazing team member who's helping me out. Her name is Anagha. She's a digital marketer. She's super helpful. She's made me a lot more confident in doing this whole thing for my business itself. So as a part of it, I have to record a couple of videos that is going to go up for the ads, and I'm not very good with recording videos, let me be super honest. I know that you guys see me on YouTube and all of it, but each video to film it, it takes me around 3 hours ish, but these are only 30-second, 40-second clips, so that should be fine. I'm also going to be recording some reels. So I've started doing reels on Instagram as well, because reels have a really good reach and they're getting a lot of reach and you get discovered by a lot more new people. So I've started doing reels as well. Now I'm not confident at any of these yet, but I'm going to still keep doing it, because only when you step out of your comfort zone, that's when you really grow. So this is what I'm going to be doing next. Honestly, I'm just tired now. I've been filming all the way since morning and I just got done. It's just like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I finished taking the pictures. It took me quite a while to get the pictures right. I think I took around 4 hours for the pictures. I believe
I started around 11 and now it's 4 o'clock. I went through a million just changes. I took at least 500 pictures, out of which only 10 are probably useful. And after all of this now, I still have so much more work to do. I think maybe the next time I'll probably have to have a completely different day just for photo shoots, so it doesn't take up half my day. And now there's just still so much to do. I don't know what to do next at all. I'll probably sit and work on the PPT for the webinar, because that's on high priority. It has to be done now.
the ads for it have to start soon, but there's still a lot of work for me to do. I thought today was going to be a lot more work getting done, but right now when I'm looking at my day, I just got one thing off my to-do list, or maybe 2 things off my to-do list. Let me grab it. Yeah, so here's my to-do list. I basically wrote everything I had to do in here, and out of this, how much did I finished 1, 2, 3. I only finished 3 tasks off of this, and there's
like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8 more tasks left. So maybe I overestimated myself today. I'll probably just work on the top priority one, so the webinar PPT and the the class PPT that I have for Saturday. I'll prepare these 2 first, and then maybe I could do the rest tomorrow whenever I find some time. I'm gonna go ahead and work on the webinar PPT because that's really important right now. Although I said I was going to be working on the webinar PPT, I decided to watch an episode of a series that I'm currently watching. No matter how busy I am, I always take out an hour or 2 to just do stuff that I really like. One of them being watching series, so I do this every single day, no matter how busy I am, because that keeps me sane. So this certain evening, my sister and I decided that we would make pani puris at home and eat them. So we've been making all these snacks like pani puris and momos at home, given the current scenario, and it's obviously a little more healthy as well, because you know exactly what's going into all of this. So pani puri was this evening snack that we really loved. But no matter what, every single day I take out time to do things I love, eat things I love, because at the end of the day, if I am not happy, there's no point of doing what I am. So I'm back at my desk to get some work done. The first thing that I'm planning to do, like I already said, is to create the webinar PPT, because that's on top priority. That's what needs to get done ASAP, because a lot of things are linked along with it. So that's what I'm going to be working on now. And then I started working on my PPTs like I already decided to. I use Canva to design all my PPTs, all my Instagram graphics, and literally anything and everything that I use that need to have a graphic look. I feel Canva is just super easy. And no, this video wasn't sponsored by Canva, but it's just that I love Canva too much to not talk about it. I need to go onto Canva for at least half an hour to 1 hour every single day and experiment with stuff, because Canva is more of a hobby for me. Okay, I actually finished the PPT and it turned out pretty great. I'm super happy with the way it turned out. So the problem with me creating content is not the creation part of it, but the organization part of it. I'm generally a very organized person, but when it comes to PPTs and all of this, I kind of get super confused as to what to put first, what to put next, what to even put and what not to put and all of that. But I ended up figuring it out, and once I figured that out, it went super quick, and it didn't even take me 90 minutes like I thought it would. It probably just took me around 45 to 50 minutes, and it's actually pretty great. I'm super happy with the way it turned out. There's just a lot of value I'm giving, and I'm packing in just 60 minutes ish. So in case you can, don't miss the webinar, because there's just a lot of valuable information that I'm giving, and I don't think I'll also be giving any replays or recordings for you guys. So make sure to come and attend the live class, because you can ask me questions there as well, and it's gonna be pretty amazing to see you guys and just connect with you guys over a call. So don't forget, the link to it is in the description box below. I know that this video sounds too spammy when I'm just talking about my webinar, but because the webinar is on top of the priority list right now, every day whatever I'm doing is revolving around the webinar and the YouTube Roadmap Academy. So I can't help it if you feel this is spammy, but I don't intend to make it spammy. This is just what I'm doing on a daily basis, and I'm just taking you through my day. Anyway, now I'm gonna go and head over for dinner, and once I'm done with my dinner, I'm gonna sit and do the business goal planning that I was talking about. I'm super excited to do that. There's a lot of math involved, but I know I can figure it out pretty easily, and I'm just super excited to sit down and plan it all. I love planning. I absolutely love planning. It's one thing that gets me super excited, and I keep waiting for it, in fact. So that's what I'm gonna do after coming back from dinner. So business goal planning was a little tricky for me, because I've never done this before. Given my business is only 2 months old, I had to figure out a lot of things myself. There isn't enough data in India to back my calculations to say this is what you're gonna have to expect, this is what you'll have to think about and all of it. So it was a little complicated to do, but at the end of it, I did get a hang of the numbers, and I will have to experiment with these numbers and see. This is not something that I can really for sure say this is going to work. So I'll have to look at after the webinar and figure out all the things. And once I was done with my little planning session, I sat down to tick off everything from my to-do list that I had finished, and also plan for the next day. Planning for the next day the previous night is very helpful, because you exactly know what to do when you wake up, and you won't be distracted because you know what your goals are. And then I shut down my computer, pushed the chair back into its place, and I called it a day.